Howdy. Um, it is Saturday, March 7th. When I started doing videos during COVID time to create videos for my classes, I learned a lot about myself because there's something about having a camera on you that teaches you about yourself. When I watched yesterday's video, I noticed how many times I touched my nose. And I was like, somebody would watch this video and legitimately ask, how much cocaine does this guy do? And for the record, uh, I've never done cocaine and I'm never going to because a good friend of mine, as I'm itching my nose again, a good friend of mine said, Steve, you can never do cocaine because with your addictive personality, you'll be stealing from your mother within a month. And so I've never done cocaine and I'm okay with that. I'm wearing, it's Saturday, so I'm definitely Saturday casual. Shout out to my bestie, Mike Longwell, for giving me the most comfortable shirt that I own. And it's Big Grove in Eastern Iowa, a great brewery. Um, yeah, so anyhow, given how much bad news I have to do today, I wanted to be comfortable. So let's dive right into it. Let me share screen. This is not a good day. Yesterday, Iran destroyed a radar facility worth $300 million. But the cost of the radar facility is the least of the problem because it is the fact that this is the main defense, the main radar that's used to protect not just the UAE, but pretty much it's our eyes. It's our main eyes seeing what's coming across from Iran. So there is nothing good about this headline. Um, On to the next not so good head or next news. The UAE is using jets, military escort for civilian flights that are coming out. They're doing their best to get Emirates and Etihad back up and running. Um, and so a lot of flights are now going out of the UAE, and uh, you know, this is going to cost a lot of money, but good for them. Um, the headline news yesterday was that the UAE has, you can read there, neutralized 9 ballistic missiles, 109 out of 112 drones, whatever. But, uh, you know, I don't know how they came up with this stat. I know from real sources that that the U.S. naval base got hit in the UAE yesterday. Ras Al Khaimah, one of the Northern Emirates, got hit yesterday. And I saw footage of both Abu Dhabi and Dubai getting hit yesterday. So stuff got through yesterday, bottom line. Um, Interesting to me that of the Board of Peace, Indonesia has said to peace out. They're like, yeah, nope, we don't need to participate in Trump's fake Board of Peace. Uh, so this is worth noting. Crew rescued after container ship was attacked in the Strait of Hormuz. I just bring this up because um, this graphic, and I'm gonna this graphic from the National, which is one of the UAE's newspapers. It's they do really good journalism. To be clear, the National is really good, and they just point out how crucial the Strait of Hormuz is and the alternatives if the Strait of Hormuz is closed off. So Trump did the right thing in saying that he would insure ships that go through it and that he was going to use the US military to help keep it open. But right now, it's not safe to go through. That's the bottom line. And if it's only 90 miles across to begin with, but the part that's deep enough for the really big ships to go through is only a few miles wide. So anyone going through the Strait of Hormuz is a sitting duck. So it's that's yeah. Um, Along now shifting to economic news in the United States, 92,000 jobs lost in the month of February. That news came out yesterday. And there was other news. buried within the report that was even more disturbing. They revised previous months. They took it down, I think 67,000 jobs, 62,000 jobs. Anyhow, very, very bad numbers on the labor market. They were anticipating a 50,000 job gain. So a 92,000 job loss when you're expecting a 50,000 gain, eek. That can explain why the stock market dropped so much yesterday because this is not good. Another thing, well, we'll get to multiple reasons why the stock market dropped yesterday. Retail sales fell more than expected in January, the biggest drop in 8 months. Um, the biggest drop since Trump announced his super tariff thing that scared the hell out of everybody back in April. Anyhow, there is no positive spin for this headline. The U.S. economy is two-thirds consumer spending. If consumers have to cut back on their spending, that is a leading economic indicator that a recession is coming to America. No positive way to spin that one. Our our depleted oil reserves leaves the U.S. exposed to Iran war, and that's pushing up prices. The price of a gallon, the price of a barrel of oil settled yesterday at, I believe, $92.69. That is not good. It was hovering between 60 and 65 a month ago. So, yeah. If you think the price of gas has gone up so much in America so far, hold on to your hat. It's going to get much worse. On my list of what the frack, this is I don't understand at all. U.S. issues license to allow some Russian oil sales to India. Why? Why? There's nothing about this that makes any sense to me. Yeah. Anyhow, this is disturbing for the future. It's not immediate. Three of the four big Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, and Qatar. I don't know which three, because those are the four big Gulf countries. I don't know. Anyhow, are looking at withdrawing some funds from the US. Currently, the sovereign wealth funds of the Middle Eastern countries has $2 trillion invested in the United States. If they chose to pull that money out, it would have a very negative effect because I mean, this 2 trillion is a lot propping up our stock market right now. So the stock market fell quite a bit yesterday. You see the sovereign wealth funds start to yank their money out, and you're going to see the stock market drop quite a lot. Um, so there's an influencer who a couple days ago posted this thing on various social media saying that he still feels safe in the UAE. Okay? And I saw it. Actually, I'm not on TikTok, but I saw it shared many times. And he took a lot of heat for it. Just like, oh, you're living the Playboy life and like he took heat. I feel bad for him because I understand the point he was trying to make. And the point he's trying to make is that demonizing the UAE, making things look even worse than it actually is. Look, um, it, it, Dubai is still Dubai. It's amazing. Do I want to be inside the Burj Khalifa right now? No. And I don't know if it's still evacuated, but yeah, but do I feel safe in the UAE? I feel as safe as we can during Trump's war of choice. Take that for what you will. Okay. I don't want to have everything be depressing. So my friend Lee, Lee works visual effects, and he's currently in Thailand um, on some sci-fi, I think sci-fi project. I don't know. Anyhow, he's currently in Thailand shooting something, but he can't tell us what he's in Thailand shooting for. And I just like the name of the quick wipe that he has to use to clean his lenses. I just think that's funny. Um, and then last but not least, I weighed myself in this morning and I weighed 219 pounds. And that is definitely overweight. It's not for my height, 223 is where I'm hitting the you really need to lose weight category. So I'm definitely overweight. But what you see here is where I was in July of 2024. In July of 2024, I weighed 152 pounds. As unhealthy as unhealthy as 219 is, 152 for a 6 foot tall guy, yeek. Um, so that was weight loss induced by depression. And I guess that's a good thing because most people gain a lot of weight when they're depressed. I simply stopped eating and I lost a lot of weight. And one of my besties had dinner with me and like he literally took me across the street to Baskin Robbins to get some ice cream because he's like, you need to gain some weight. So thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Abood. You know who you are. Um, so I don't like to end on such a negative note. So the headline I saw just before I started making this video, and so as my favorite TV show used to say, on the next edition of Arrested Development, if you watch the show, you know how that's funny. Um, the headline I saw is 31% of Gen Z men expect to marry a woman who will obey them. That's the headline. I will find out more of this story and you'll hear about it tomorrow. For now, peace out. Hope you're well. Bye.